Hi, and welcome to the Word of the Week. This week's word is coaching. Now, here at the Martial Arts and Wellness Center, we are just finishing up our month-long discussion on going for the gold. And every gold medal athlete, every elite level athlete has got a coach. Right? Every team has got a coaching staff. Coaching is important because no matter what your level of skill, no matter what your level of ability, no matter what your level of knowledge, you still sometimes need someone outside of yourself to evaluate your performances and tell you where things are going a little bit off. So the coach's job is to keep you focused, to keep you on track, and to help you to become better at whatever it is that you're doing. So for martial arts, this is a very important thing, and I've had tons of coaches as a martial artist. I've also have several coaches for my business life. I have a few coaches for my professional and my personal development. So everyone needs to have a coach of some type. Now, when I think about the way that the coaching happens, we have kind of two extremes. Sometimes we have the coaches, and this is kind of like the stereotypical like kind of football coach, or the army drill instructor, right, who gets in people's faces, yells at them, calls them names, belittles them, frightens them, and that is what motivates that person to do better. Then we have other coaches. We have coaches who are a little more calm and even-tempered, who don't raise their voice, who don't belittle their athletes, who just basically encourage people to grow. Now, there are two different types. Each of those types have gotten great results. So it's not that one is particularly better than the other in and of its own self. It just is dependent upon who you are as a person and what you need to help you go forward. If you're particularly lazy, then maybe you need that drill instructor that's just in your face constantly getting you to do something. If you're a little more self-started and self-motivated and self-actualized, then maybe you don't need that. Maybe you just need somebody to encourage you and to give you some little tweaks, and then you're off and running. So you have the typical drill instructor. Then you have the guys like the Phil Jacksons of the world, the Zen Master, the Tony Dungys of the world, people who are a little more psychological in their approach, right? You're figuring out how to motivate people, or to get people to motivate themselves, as opposed to using the fear and intimidation tactics. So for me, I tend to be a little bit more on the Zen Master way, which makes sense since I'm a martial arts instructor. So what we want to do, though, is we want to search out people who are going to be able to help us in a way that is helpful to us to improve ourselves. So we want to seek out people who can coach us, who can help us, who can teach us, who can show us, who can direct us in ways that are going to help us to reach our potential. Right? And just because a person is really good at what they do doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be a good coach. One of my martial arts instructors, when she moved here from China and was very, very famous in China, said, "Oh wow, everyone here in the United States is master." She said, "Well, maybe I just want to be a good coach." So she didn't want anybody to call her master, just call her coach, because being a coach was more important to her, meaning that it was her ability to help people to better themselves was much better than the fact that she had bettered herself. And that's kind of the way I feel. Even though I have the title master, I just want to be a good coach. I want to be a good mentor. I've accomplished some great things for myself, and I'm proud of those accomplishments. I'm proud of myself for that. But that's what I've done in the past. What's important to me is what I'm doing right now and what I will be doing in the future, and that is the development of other people. It's the coaching process. So I encourage everybody to think about, who are your coaches? Are your coaches helping you to get your game to the level you want it to be at? And can you be a coach? Can you help coach people? If you're a parent, you are a coach. So learn how to be the best coach you can be, and use this to help step your game up to that gold level performance. All right, I hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. Hope to see you next week.